Hello, welcome to the video on moving the square left or right. I have to be on the canvas in order to do this. If I click off the screen and I'm clicking my left mouse button, nothing happens. I got to move on to where I think the canvas is. I know the canvas is here, so if I left click, it moves to the left. If I click the mouse wheel down, illustrating use of the mouse wheel, it moves to the right. So I can now take my square and move it to the left or to the right using my mouse. And let's see how we did this. Let's go ahead and look at the code and see if the code makes sense to us. What I've done here is coming down to the bottom, I've used the same thing again in my head element. I use a script element that sets the initial conditions for the canvas, and it tells where it's going to put the square. Now what I have here is I have inside my canvas element on the opening tag, I have the on mouse down, which you see right here, and that's going to be the move. And the move function is going to call the move function, and the parameter it passes is the event object. So if I come up here now to the head element, which is of course right up here, there's my head element, and I have the script tag inside the head element, which is right there. I set my value of x to 80, and the reason for that is if I come down here, I see the initial condition is it's over 80 pixels from the left side along the x-axis. So that's where I want to set it initially. So when I first call this function move it, what it does is that it fills it with a white square, essentially overwriting the blue square that was there. Now it's going to test the event button. If the event button was my left mouse button, it's going to do x minus equals 5. What minus equals means is that it's going to take the value that's already in x and it's going to subtract 5 from it. Essentially what that's going to do is move the square 5 pixels to the left. If the event button is equal to a 1, which means the mouse wheel is down, now it's going to x is going to be plus equals to 5, which means that I'm going to assign 5 more to whatever the value of x, and it's going to have the appearance as if it's moving to the right. So the My Canvas fill style is now blue, and the My Canvas fill rectangle is now going to be whatever the value of x is. 20 stays the same. It's still 20 pixels below the on the y-axis, and it's still 50 by 50 in its dimensions. That doesn't change. So every time I click on the left mouse button, the value of x gets decremented by 5 pixels. Every time I click on the center mouse wheel, the value of x gets incremented by 5 pixels. So that's the trick in doing this. If I come back over here and I see it and I refresh it, it puts it back in the starting location, and if I click on the mouse wheel, it keeps moving to the right. If I click on the left mouse button, it keeps moving to the left. Okay, so that's how we do it when we want to move it. That's one way of doing it when we want to move it both ways. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.